here. Today I am going to show you how I make a cough syrup. We're running into cold and flu season. I've had a lot of friends that have been messaging me and they've been having a lot of difficulty, and I thought, hey, I'm just going to make a video so that I can show them. I'll just send them the video instead of trying to write it all out and explain it all to them. Now remember, what I'm going to share with you is not intended to be a substitute for any medical treatment, and I'm only doing it for educational purposes. You always need to consult your doctor before using any herbal remedies, especially if you have a known medical condition. You don't want to be taking stuff that might conflict with other medications, conventional medications that you're taking. Herbal remedies are vast and complex. I can't express that enough. And you have to be responsible. You're responsible for your own health, but you need to be responsible enough to learn, will they interact with your other medications that you might be on? And people react differently, to different remedies. Some herbs are contradictive with certain pharmaceutical drugs. So that being said, just remember, I'm just showing you what I use for my family, but you still need to kind of look into it. And this right here is all the ingredients that I use. I brought a little ginger root out just so you can see. I use fresh ginger root and I grind it down and I make my own ginger powder. I've already measured out. That's 2 tablespoonfuls. Raw honey. I get my honey from a friend, a Homestead Corner. She raises bees, and that's where I get it. I try to get it where it's local and I want raw. Any jar will do. I use an old peanut butter jar. You need something to be able to put it all in with. Now, different people use different types of onions. I have to tell you, in all honesty, I really don't know if the onion flavor makes a big difference. I don't think it does. They have compounds in them that are strong natural antibiotics and can reduce inflammation and loosen phlegm, which makes, your cough more productive. So you're actually getting what's in your lungs up and out. And honey lends to the sweetness so that it, and it also is antibacterial, antiviral, anti, but it also soothes your throat and soothes the mucous membranes so that you can actually get the congestion up out of your lungs. Now ginger is, I put up like 30 pounds of ginger dehydrated. I didn't grind it all down. I don't grind all of it down in the beginning. I just do it as I need it. I just slice it, dehydrate it, and then grind it as I need it. And ginger, we use a lot of that because of inflammation. I have severe arthritis. My old man and son both are diabetics, and it helps with that. It's antiviral, antibacterial, and it also is great for warming you on the inside to loosen all of that up. Ginger is your friend. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is chop some onions. I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and usually about that much will fill. You want to fill your jar about 3/4 full of chopped onions. It doesn't matter how you slice them and chop them. You can eat the onions as well as take the syrup to help. Onions are really, really good for you. They help with your heart, with all kinds of different things. I'll tell you over and over again, do your research. I can list off things, and I'm sure you're going to find something else. And if somebody else knows something, please put it in the comments. Hopefully somebody will read it, and it'll help them out too. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I have my onions all chopped here, and like I said, I have the ginger already measured out. That's 2 tablespoons full. I'm just going to put it inside the jar, the onions. I'm not going to need this many, but I'll use them in something. Maybe I'll use them in supper tonight, or maybe I will use that many. No, too many. I want to make sure that I have enough room to get the honey in there. And put that aside. And then I just drop the ginger. And some people use garlic instead of ginger. I find ginger to be more effective. And the reason I use the grind instead of the fresh is because I want the honey to be able to absorb it really well. And you can actually digest this so easy that it doesn't matter. It's better for you, in my opinion. And my honey had sugared up a little bit, so I had to put it on top of the wood stove in a little basin of water to get it warmed up so that it would be pourable. As I have a lot of honey. I keep honey on hand for many different things. Now, because it's so thick, it's going to take a little while for it to pour, so don't get too overzealous or you're going to spill over. Now, my son contracted the virus that's going around that didn't have a name back when he got it. We had gone to a rabbit show. Him and I both got it, but he ended up getting it worse than I did. And, you know, he's a funny young man. He really didn't, he wanted to tough it out. He really didn't want to have any help. And so he wouldn't take anything. He's like, I'm all right. It's just a cold, Mom. It's just a cold. And it was so bad, honest to God. And he wouldn't go to the emergency care or doctors because, you know, he's a lot like his mom, for one thing. He doesn't want conventional medications. But secondly, back then they weren't letting anybody in with them. And, you know, he's 15 and he just didn't want to go in there and be by himself. So I understood all that and I gave him a few days and it got really bad. And I caught him sleeping on the couch, sitting straight up. And I asked him, what are you doing? And he said, Mom, my chest hurts so bad. It feels like somebody, a big elephant or something, sitting on it and pounding it. And I said, oh, no. And he looked at me and he said, can you brew me up some of your stuff? So I made this for him, and I also made him a tea that I use some different things in that help open the airways up too. And honest to God, by the next morning, a child that could barely move or breathe was able to get up, move around, laugh. You know, he wasn't 100%, but he was a whole lot better. So I can't tell you strongly enough that if you have any kind of bronchitis, pneumonia, anything that has to do with your lungs, that's, you know, in your respiratory system, give this a try. It isn't going to hurt you unless you have allergies. I mean, if you have allergies to the stuff, then obviously you can't take it. Or if it doesn't mix well with the medications that you're already on. But other than that, you should be able to use this, and why not breathe? Okay, that will do. And the thing about this is you can pre-make this, put it in your fridge, and it'll last 6 months. You do have to keep it in the refrigerator. Whoops, wrong lid. Now, it's really just that simple. I always wipe around the edges, get the honey off, because you know, you've reached in the fridge before and gotten a jar of jam or honey. Anything sweet seems to harden like cement, and you don't want that. Once it gets on there, all you're going to do is tip her upside down, give it a tap, a good shake. Anything you can to get that honey mixed in with those onions. Now you want to know why. That honey is going to pull all the goodness out of the onions. It's going to take the ginger and get it all steeped inside itself too. And this is going to become like a syrup. It won't be real thick like this. It'll turn more watery. Well, I don't want to say watery. It's like a syrup, like a light syrup. And you take it by the tablespoonfuls. You can take it every 5 minutes if you want to. whatever helps you. The honey is going to soothe your throat, help with your cough. The onions is going to pull all the stuff out, the mucus, and it's just beautiful. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And back in the day, you know, this is the kind of stuff that people used, and then we went conventional and we don't trust it anymore. Well, I trust it, and it's worked for me and my family and my friends. I've had a lot of people message me on Facebook and want to know what it is that I could help them with, you know, how they could get rid of this, that it's like pneumonia, and they've tested and they don't have the virus, but they do have a serious respiratory thing going on. And I try to explain to them, and I've written it all out, and as soon as they hear the word onion and honey mixed together, they go, uck. But I'm telling you, it's not bad. It's really good. And it really works. It works for us anyway. I hope it works for you if you need it. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave this on the counter for about an hour and let that all blend together really well. And the reason I leave it on the counter is because once you put it in the fridge, the honey is going to start to sugar up and get thicker. And you want to have the onion and the ginger blended in it before that happens. And I'll go around and just tip it like that. And in about 10-15 minutes, I'll come back and tip it like that. And you can already see that that's happening. Look at how well it's letting go now. I don't remember how hard it was for me to shake it. It's already starting to pull the juices from that onion into itself. All right, that's it. If you're a subscriber, I can't thank you enough. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscription button. By doing that, it's going to tell you when I put out another video. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. By doing that, you're putting me in the algorithm on YouTube, and other people can find my channel easier. All right, I appreciate you. Bye.